just put it in here without a huge undertaking. I'm gonna have to get a hammer to hammer that in, but there's that one. Now for this one, which is a little crooked because there's actually epoxy sitting down low on it. Finally got this thing out. So now I'm gonna mix a little epoxy and fill the plywood. And eventually I think we're gonna cut this out and make a porthole there. And that also is gonna have a compass. So I'm just gonna leave the holes just because I think we're gonna fill them with stuff. At least I hope so. Anyways, so these are all glued. So now we're just gonna grind them all down, kind of like this, grind it down, and then cut some glass and glass all the areas. Yesterday I was driving the Volkswagen. I had Pete's daughter Ava and her boyfriend Liam in the bus with me. All of a sudden the brakes felt a little spongy. And I was like, what the heck's going on? So I pulled over and I got some gas because I needed to get some gas. And I checked the fluid, and the fluid was half empty. But I checked it before I left and it was full. It was like that much in it. So I asked Liam to look underneath the bus and see what the heck's going on. And saw dripping brake fluid on one of the tires. I've already had one brake cylinder go, which the place, I actually got my brakes done at a place I figured it's probably a good idea to do, get all new parts. But when I got it done, they didn't replace the brake booster and they didn't replace all the brake lines. And then I also had a brake cylinder break on me, which turns out I guess they put in backwards or something, or they put in wrong.
No, it just failed.
Okay, well I got another one that failed. So something's making the brake cylinders fail.
Nothing should make those fail.
I know. Really weird.
Inferior parts.
But anyways, so that's what's going on now. I had to get a tow to the shop. Luckily, thanks to my dad, I have AAA. Good morning. So in I think like a couple weeks, maybe a little less than a couple weeks, we're gonna go sailing on Little Bird. Okay, this is everything for the Pacific Seacraft. This is our one-person pop-up tent that we used last year. This is also a pop-up tent for Ava. This is actually a roll-up table, so it rolls out into a table so we can set stuff on it, which was kind of needed last year. This is a waterproof sleeping bag. Got it on Amazon. Hopefully it works good. These two things are both our rain jackets. Pete and my rain jacket, and then Ava's got hers. She's got to bring hers. Waterproof bag for some clothes, which I think I got another waterproof bag somewhere for Pete's clothes, or my clothes, or whatever. This has actually got a cast net inside of here, so you can cast net or bait. There's also a net there. Here's our fishing pole. Some waterproof gloves, which I've had for years now. Hopefully they're still waterproof. These are roll-up chairs that kind of roll out, and you can use them. They call them stage chairs, so you can roll them out, and then it'll support your back with a little strap on the side. It's kind of nice. I got 3 of those, one for each of us, so we can have a little bit of comfort while we're camp sailing. I've got a survival tack tent. So this can be for like if somebody's tent is leaking really bad. Since we're bringing Ava, I want to make sure that she's somewhat comfortable. So this can be for her if her tent's not working very good, or she's having problems. Or we can also store some stuff in here to keep it dry as well when we're camp sailing. Obviously our muck boots. Ava's got a pair as well, I think. I hope. And then here is a camp stove that I got. It's like one of those compact ones. It's also got a little tiny pot, which I think I've got another pot that I used from the Appalachian Trail. I used a tuna can and a half a piece of metal with some alcohol in order to cook on, and then I would make fires. But when we're camp sailing, you can't really make fires that easily because you might not find anything but wet driftwood. So it's nice to have a stove. So this is the little camp stove. It's like a little quick burner stove. This is kind of cool. This is all our silverware, all rolled up into this compact thing. So this is all of our spoons and forks and knives all rolled in here. Obviously got to have a teapot. This is actually lights and stuff so that we can see, and obviously need some more fuel. Cutting board. This is cool too. I got this. This is all of our cooking stuff, all of our plates and bowls and everything as well. So these are bowls and cups to eat out of, and then all of the utensils to cook with, can opener, knife, cutting board, everything all in this one compact thing here, which is pretty cool. And I got some fun things from fans, some coffee and stuff, which will be helpful in making coffee. We might not even need that thing if we like the coffee. And then some of the stuff we used last year, which was here's some kerosene and some lamp oil, our fishing pole, some rope, air horn in case we need it, our lamp for nighttime, some emergency plumber's putty in case we do spring a leak somewhere. So that's everything in that box. And that's everything so far that we have for the camping trip. Next thing we gotta get is food, pack our clothes, towels, stuff like that. And so yeah, little by little, unpacking and packing and getting everything ready to go in Little Bird. On top of all the projects we got going on, plus work. This surfboard, the whole bottom half of it had been ripped off. It was just coming apart. Dunsky. So we ordered some surfboard glass and stuff and resin. So we are going to re-glass the bottom. So probably grind this all down a little bit, sand it down. There's a bunch of ding repair stuff, putty, like epoxy putty that got stuck in the holes. This thing's pretty sad, but it's worth a try. It's a nice shape, actually. And then Pete is also working on his burger guitar. He got a new neck that was ordered on it, and it's an ongoing project of his.
Oh, this is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Just saving a board.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to sand this out with a big soft head.
Yeah.
And some of these are gonna be filled.
The other one?
No, if you rip that edge, it would destroy that whole thing. I'm just gonna come around the edge like that and put a little cavesol right there and kind of blend that, take that bump.
Looks good, Pete. Well, you don't have like a million years to work on it. You don't have a million years to work on it. We're just trying to get it to be a surfboard again. This thing's had the whole bottom ripped off. I mean, Bondo, yeah. I'm just giving it a little love. I got a bunch of these for Norna. These are going to help grind off the tar off the bottom of Norna. We got one more. We got a little bit to do on the Pacific Seacraft too. He hates fiberglassing. That's all he's been doing for the last couple days, is fiberglassing these panels here. So these are actually some structural foam panels, Definicel, with glass put over it, and then polyester resin. So, yuck, stinky. What I have in my hands right now is a glassed foam panel, which, you know, maybe somebody will get the idea and actually produce these, but nobody makes, that I know of, makes solid glass, well, makes glass panels. Foam, sandwiched between 4 layers of glass, or whatever thickness glass you want to put on here, however many layers, and however thick a foam. But yeah, these are panels that we're using to make a shower thing in the Chris Craft that we've been working on. Hi. So right now I am just going through the boat and checking everything, sanding down anything that might have been missed, vacuuming it all up, and the interior will be ready for gel coat. Out here, these all kicked real good, so I'm going to grind. Well, actually, Pete's gonna grind now. I'm kind of scared of the grinder. So Pete's gonna grind this all down and get it like this to get ready for glass. So that's what's going on right now. Okay, I have some fiberglass stuff. Now I'm going to rip a bunch of fiberglass. So this will be the biggest one, which will be last. And when you do that, when you're going to layer it out and feather it, you want to make sure you rip the ends of the glass to make it sort of feather out. So here it is, all ripped up. That'll be the biggest one, that'll be the last one. Then I need to do a little bit smaller one. Okay, I'm just gonna keep making about 2 or 3 layers. I'm doing 3 on this just because. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 layers. I got the polyester and some gloves. And usually use a roller, but we ran out of rollers, so I'm just using a brush for right now. I might have to roll out bubbles, maybe, I don't know. It's not a very big piece, so I might not have to. This is some polyester that's gonna kick soon. It was a little extra from another job. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this mask on, because I hate the smell of this stuff. And get started. Okay. Do. Wet it out first. one's not galled. Let's try this one. Just make sure these are galled and not having to be replaced. Then I'm also going to measure. It looks standard, but just make sure the motor mounts I have on our engine are going to work too. But it looks like a standard engine mount. So I think tomorrow I am going to be ready to start gel coating. And gel coating is going to take a little bit of time on the interior of the Seacraft. So I think tomorrow I'm just going to start, and it depends on how I react to the smell, because I don't know, I might have a bad reaction to the smell. It's pretty stinky stuff. So we decided to do a little bit at a time each day, just to make it less draining and to protect ourselves with a NIOSH mask. But yeah.
Don't worry about being real neat about it. Just lay that right down in there. There you go. And just dip it in. You gonna start up in the front, or you just gonna do that whole bilge right there? Alright, don't do the wood in case I decide to replace that with foam.
Okay.